Time now for this week's shocking stat. If you're a regular listener, you know that one of our main themes here is to warn you about the massive changes that are about to occur because of pension problems, unfunded liabilities. In a nutshell, some pensioners are not going to get the payouts they've been promised, period. And this is not about politics. It won't matter who's in power. It's about the math. I don't know how much more straightforward it could be. We know how many people are retiring. We know how much we've promised to pay them. Hence, we know how much it's going to cost. And finally, we know how much we've set aside combined with how much we've collected along the way. And the bottom line is there's a massive shortfall. Now, if you think there's a growing disillusionment with government now, just wait. We're just beginning to witness the demise of the pension system due to dramatic underfunding and purposely unrealistic estimates, by the way, of their pension returns. That brings me to today's shocking stat. And it's worth hearing because I think it's a foreshadowing of what's to come, how it's going to play out in other jurisdictions. Pension problems, by the way, result in higher taxes or cuts to other government services. It's already happening. That's my point. Detroit, Puerto Rico. But it's Chicago and Illinois that's on everybody's watch list. The pension liabilities keep growing, but it's against a shocking backdrop of people actually leaving the state, leaving Chicago to avoid those higher taxes, to avoid those services cuts. That's, by the way, what happened in Detroit. They create this incredible, monstrous sort of infrastructure of costs for government, including government pensions. Then when the auto industry declined, people just left. Well, the liability didn't change. Listen to this, shocking, in Illinois. One person left Illinois every 4.3 minutes last year. Another person left, which means, of course, that the size of the unfunded pension liabilities continue to grow, but the number of people who are sharing the problem shrank. The shortfall in Illinois, he's got 5 retirement systems, is $137 billion and grows every year. That's 4 times bigger than the state debt. That's going to get repeated. We focus a lot on debt, and I think rightfully so, but it's these unfunded liabilities and a shrinking population to pay for them, which, by the way, in Illinois' case is $11,000 for every man, woman, and child. That's just the pension challenge for their public system. Incredible. So what's going to happen given the state's the state actually has a constitutional ban on reducing retirement benefits? Well, it's easy. You get higher taxes, you get fewer services as money goes toward paying those public sector pensions. Property values decrease because municipal taxes go up so much that people actually leave the jurisdiction. Already happening in Chicago. I mean, who wants to come to the state when the financial albatross of financial public sector pensions and the higher taxes that loom with it is so large? Well, I say welcome to a future that's going to be played out many times in the next 10 years.